Hello and welcome to the video demo of AirodumpNG. AirodumpNG is used for wireless packet capture, and especially it's more useful while capturing raw 802.11 frames for cracking the web key. The packet trace captured by AirodumpNG is the input for cracking the web key, and it is given as an input to AirCrackNG. Let's look at usage of AirodumpNG. If I just write AirodumpNG, it will show me the help file. The usage is simply like AirodumpNG, options, and then interface. The interface name is the interface on which you want to do the packet capture. Before going into details about options and filters, first let's start AirodumpNG with one instance and let's see what AirodumpNG actually shows. So currently I am typing AirodumpNG -- channel. Now simply here one option is there, -- channel, which will capture the packets on specific channel. I have already started a AP or access point on channel 56 and I am running AirodumpNG on channel 56. My interface is ATH0. I am using Atheros based card on backtrack. This is the standard interface of AirodumpNG when you are invoking it. Let's press Ctrl C to stop the sniffing. AirodumpNG basically divides the screen into two parts. The first part shows the AP details and the second part shows the client or station details. The first line of the AirodumpNG actually shows that which channel is AirodumpNG on. If you are rotating on all the channels, the channel value here will keep on changing. The second bracket shows the elapsed time, for how much time you are running the trace. The third input shows the date and time at which the capture was taken. Let's look at the AP part. It shows all the possible details about the AP. First column is BSS ID. It shows the BSS ID of the AP. Second column is PWR, that's power. It shows the power level which is seen for the AP's beacon. Third is RxQ. RxQ is the received quality. Fourth column shows the beacons, that is how many beacons have been captured in the elapsed time. Next column shows the number of data packets. So in current capture, it has already captured 487 data packets. Next column shows number of packets per second. So there are 45 packets per second seen, and actually it is shown for last 10 seconds. Next column is channel, the channel on which AP is operating, it is 56. Next column shows the MB, which is data rate. It is actually the maximum data rate supported by the AP. So our AP is in channel A, or our AP is operating in A protocol, and maximum data rate supported is 54. Sometimes a dot is shown after this data rate. The dot actually signifies whether the AP supports short preamble or not. In current case, dot is not shown, so currently AP is not supporting short preamble. What exactly is short preamble? You can see the videos about wireless standard. Next column shows the encryption settings. On this AP, WPA encryption is enabled, so it is showing WPA. The possible other variants can be web or open and so on. Next column shows the cipher suite used. I have configured the AP to use TKIP as cipher suite. Other possible cipher suites can be CCMP or Web40 or Web 128-bit or some vendor specific cipher suite. Next column is actually the authentication setting. It is showing that I have configured the AP to use PSK, that is pre-shared key of authentication. If I would have configured AP for 802.1x, radius server kind of thing, it would have shown 802.1x here. And the last very important column is eSSID. The SSID of the AP is shown here. Let's look at the client details. Again, the first column shows the BSSID. This is actually the BSSID of the AP to which the station is attached. So in station column it shows the MAC address of the station, and in BSSID it shows the associated AP's MAC address. In case station is not associated to any AP, in this BSSID column you will be able to see not connected. Third column is again power level of the station received by the AirodumpNG. Next column is lost. Lost is number of packets which are lost while capturing. Currently it is 0, which means all the packets transmitted by the station have been captured. How this lost value is calculated is the natural question. AirodumpNG actually does some sequence number analysis, and if it finds that some sequence numbers are missing, then it will announce that I have lost so many packets. The possible reason for this loss can be AirodumpNG is located, or currently we are sniffing very far from the client, so we are not able to get all the packets, or channel is very busy, or there are lots of collisions happening, etc. Next column shows the packets. How many number of packets we have seen? So it is 486. Last column is the probes. If the client is probing for some SSID, we'll be able to see the list of the SSIDs client is probing. Actually, this list is displayed in a comma separated format. Single client can be configured to probe more than one SSIDs. So all the SSIDs which are probed by that client will be shown here. Now once we have seen what all things AirodumpNG can show, let's go in deep and let's explore what all options and filters are supported by AirodumpNG. Let's first look at options. We can actually store the captured file with the help of AirodumpNG. -w option is used to store the file. So if I run AirodumpNG as AirodumpNG @0 and -w file name, my capture will be stored in filename.cap file. If I only want to store the weak IVs, or for that matter, if I only want to store the IVs, I can use -iv option, -iv option. So I have to write it as AirodumpNG, my interface @0, -w file name, --ivs. So only the IVs in the packet will be stored in that file, and the file will be named as filename.ivs. If I have GPS enabled, I can also integrate my GPS with this, and I can store the location of the capture. If I only want to store the beacon packets, I can record all beacons in dump file with --beacon option. Now filter options are very interesting options and very important options, as in a very crowded environment we don't want to capture all the packets. If we want to crack the web key for a BSSID, then we can only capture the packets for that BSSID with --BSSID option. If we want to capture the packets of the APs which are supporting some kind of encryption, like if we want to capture all the web supporting APs, we can give --encrypt option. So AirodumpNG -encrypt web WEP and AT80 will show all the APs which are supporting web in their encryption setting. Many times in typical office environment, lots of APs are deployed, and say in office environment all Cisco APs are deployed with vendor tag 001C00, and then last 3 octets of the AP are changing. So I can specify it with the help of BSSID and netmask. So my command will be AirodumpNG @0 minus minus BSSID 00 say 13 CF and 000000 and minus minus netmask as ff 000000. So in this case, all the APs whose first 3 octets are 0013 CF will be filtered and will be displayed on the screen. Minus A option is actually used to filter unassociated clients. So if we want to filter only associated clients, we can use minus A option. Again, AirodumpNG is capable of scanning on all the channels, that is all the 2.4 channels and on all the 5 GHz channel. By default, AirodumpNG will hop on all 2.4 GHz channel. So if I run AirodumpNG @0, by default it will hop on all the channels specified in 2.4 GHz band. But if I want to hop on all ABG channels, I can give minus minus band ABG and it will hop on all A, B and G channels. I can also specify channel switching method. By default it's a brute force method, it will hop like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. But if I want to hop the channels in some specified method, I can even specify that. So in short, AirodumpNG is a packet capture tool. With the help of AirodumpNG, you can capture the wireless environment. Also with the help of AirodumpNG, you will be able to know which all APs are there surrounding you, which all clients are present surrounding you, and what are the exact settings applied on those APs. So if I want to connect to some particular XYZ SSID, whether that particular SSID exists or not in my surrounding, AirodumpNG is the simple handy tool for you. Also, AirodumpNG is a part of AirCrack suite of products, so it is well integrated with AirCrack and it is generally used for capturing the IV information, which is the raw input for AirCrack-NG type of tools. Thanks for now. You can probably look at other web cracking videos to explore how exactly web keys are cracked. Thank you.